Welcome back. Hope you're all fine and doing well. Yes, it is very important here. Once again, I'm giving a reminder. Preparing notes and watching the class. See, especially coming to your 10th Lakshya and Diksha students, very few people are going to prepare the notes and sending on WhatsApp. Very few. I can count the number of students on fingers. It's all about nearly 33 you people, Lakshya and Diksha together. But I'm getting within 10 people, just within 10 people are going to prepare the notes and sending it to me. Then what about other people? Are you not preparing the notes? Are you going to take it easy? Are you thinking that yes, we can do it later? Okay, you can do it later, but when? Can you do all the videos at once of preparing the notes, going for long run of screen timing at once? Or is it easy to go through just half an hour class and preparing the notes? Which one is better? So I'm not sure whether you are preparing and not sending to me, or keeping it aside without preparing the notes, watching the class and then keeping it aside. And even I have a point that to share with you. I'm not sure even how many of you are sincerely going through the complete portion of the video related to our class. I have a small doubt even. Because when I'm going to consider the average duration of the video in analytics, because we can get the information what is the average duration of the video that is seen by you people. So that average duration is nearly about 5 to 10 minutes for 40 to 50 minutes video. Actually, we promised, even we thought to send just a half an hour video related to every subject. But still, as you are 10th class students, and there is a little more things that are to be discussed along with the competitive track and a few more academic track contents to be covered. So that I am taking some time, even I am sending 40 to 50 minutes video also. Of course, because of the technical problem in the YouTube, if the length of the video duration is beyond 49 minutes, then it's not going to be played. Some techniques to be done to play that video even. Yes, there is. But anyway, that's a time-taking process. That's why nowadays I have reduced the length of the duration. That's the reason why earlier days you were unable to play the video which is beyond 49 minutes. That's only the reason. But there are some techniques to upload the video even to play 2 hours or 3 hours video, but we need to reduce the quality of the video. We need to reduce the pixel, the quality we should reduce. Anyway, that's why we myself confined to within that duration. But why you people are neglecting, I'm not sure. So here I request you once again, don't neglect. I should get all of your notes through the WhatsApp. There is no excuse in that. I'm noting down, even I'm aware of the people who are writing and who are not writing. Okay? So you don't neglect the things. I'm taking very sincerely whatever the program is going on. Even we are working on that to make sure that nothing you should lose coming to your academic track. Nothing you should lose. That's our intention. Every teacher is working on that way. So take it seriously, and moreover, I told you already, you try to justify the efforts of your parents and whatever the support they are giving. Don't drain their efforts. Don't let it. Okay? So take care in this way even. Okay. Yes. Coming to our regular concepts, actually I thought to plan a worksheet and the questions and the related solutions to explain in this video class. But here I felt a little more concept to be covered in electric field just before entering into worksheet. So it's all about the concept of electric field. You have learned electric field is the region around a charge particle or around a charged body up to where it can show its influence either through electrostatic force of attraction or through electrostatic force of repulsion. Now this strength of the electric field can be assessed using two physical quantities. One is intensity of electric field, the other is electric potential. Yes, we have discussed one point, that is intensity of electric field or simply electric field intensity, which is represented by the letter E. And I told you this intensity of electric field is a vector physical quantity. It has a specific direction. Yes, you have learnt one point. It is away from positive charge and towards the negative charge, which you have learnt already about the direction of electric field intensity is away from positive charge and towards the negative charge, because it is the net force experienced by a unit positive charge. That is the reason. Of course, to discuss in detail about the concept of electric field direction or the intensity of electric field direction, and to show the presence of electric field around a charged body. For example, I have taken a point charge whose magnitude is Q. Now, you know there is some region around this point charge up to where it can show its influence. And the reason is electric field. But how can I show the presence of electric field around this point charge? Yes. So a diagrammatic representation was given to explain the existence of electric field or to show the presence of electric field around a charged particle or a charged body. The concept of electric lines of force was introduced. What is the concept that we are going to discuss? Electric lines of force. Line of force is singular, lines of force is plural. Don't say lines of forces, don't say. Line of force singular, lines of force plural. So now our topic is all about electric lines of force. So here, first of all, to say just briefly, electric lines of force. So there is no line of force exists practically, and there is no line that can be seen around a charged particle visually, physically, nothing can be seen. It is just an imaginary diagrammatic representation introduced to explain the existence of electric field around a charged particle or a charged body. See, if you have taken a point positive charge, yes, it is given that the electric lines of force are radially outward and away from positive charge. Away from positive charge. Sir, no sir, my source charge is negative. Yes. Whenever source charge is negative, the electric lines of force are radially inwards, of course, which are straight lines. The electric lines of force are straight, which are directed radially inwards. This is introduction to the concept of electric lines of force. Then you may get the question, sir, are these electric lines of force are always straight lines? No. Wait, you will come to know. So this is all, first of all, around a point charge, electric lines of force are straight and directed radially. If it is positive charge, radially outward. If it is negative charge, radially inwards. Next question. So what are electric lines of force? What is the purpose of learning electric lines of force? To explain the existence of electric field diagrammatically. Sir, further beyond this, is there any significance of electric line of force? Yes. An electric line of force will give the direction of electric field intensity at any point in the field. direction of electric field intensity can be given by electric line of force at that point in the field. You see, due to this positive charge, at a point there is some electric field. This direction can be given by electric line of force which is directed radially outwards. And here there is a point and there is electric field due to this negative charge and which is directed radially inwards at that point. At that point, which is directed radially inwards. So, the direction of electric line of force will give the direction of electric field intensity. Here I wish to mention one point. Here actually field intensity means the net force experienced by unit positive charge placed at that point So when it is the direction of field intensity, that is nothing but the direction of a force experienced by a unit positive charge placed at that point. So I conclude, an electric line of force, first of all, it is an imaginary concept. Then why it was introduced? To explain or to show the presence of electric field diagrammatically. Then what is its significance? What it will give? Yes, it is known as a line of force because the line of force gives the direction of the net force experienced by a unit positive charge placed at the point in the electric field. You have learned already, any point charge placed at a point in the electric field will experience a force. So the direction of net force experienced by a unit positive charge placed at a point in the electric field will be given by the line of force. Of course, it is the direction of electric field intensity at that point. So this is all about electric lines of force. Hope you have noted down. So around the point positive charge, electric lines of force are straight lines and radially outward. Around the point negative charge, electric lines of force are straight but radially inwards. This concept of radially outwards and inwards you can explain and you can understand easily if I have taken a spherical charged conducting body. Here it is, a charged conducting sphere. Here it is. Once look at this. This is a charged conducting sphere and here is the center. Now, there is some electric field around this charged conducting sphere. Yes. So that electric field will be shown by electric lines of force. So once look at the diagram. Once look at this. Hope you are understanding. So this is the concept of radially outward, means the electric line of force will be along with the radial line which is passing through the center. Of course, you can identify there, I have mentioned some dotted lines within the sphere. Dotted lines, not the thick lines. The reason, hope, that is running in our mind. When you are talking about a charged conducting sphere, the intensity of electric field within the conducting sphere is zero. Means there is no existence of electric field within the conducting sphere. So there should be no lines of force. Whenever there is no electric field, there will be no existence of electric lines of force. That's why electric lines of force should not be drawn within the conductor. So to give more clarity to you, I have given dotted lines because to tell you that it is directed radially outward, to tell you that. Of course, if you don't wish, you can erase. You can erase even because lines of force do not exist within the conducting sphere. Okay, I have erased. If you wish, you go for dotted lines. This is all about the lines of force. Here is the center. Apart from this, what you need to understand, very important point, here this line of force is radially outward. But you know, the radial line will be perpendicular to the curved surface at that particular point. Shall I repeat? The radial line will be perpendicular to the curved surface at that point, you know. That means all the lines of force will emerge out of the conducting body perpendicular to the surface. These electric lines of force will emerge out from a positively charged body perpendicular to the surface. Of course, if it is a negatively charged body, it will enter in. Shall I give you one more example? Here, there is a positively charged plate. Positively charged plate. Now, the electric lines of force will emerge out perpendicular to the surface of the charged plate. Perpendicularly. If it is a negatively charged plate, they will enter in. So, what you need to understand, the electric lines of force are emerging out or entering into a charged body perpendicular to the surface. This is very, very important point. Perpendicular to the surface. For example, here there is a negatively charged sphere, for example. Here is a negatively charged sphere, just for some time. You know very well, due to this positively charged body and negatively charged sphere, there is some attractive force. Due to that attractive force, these lines of force will go for contraction in this way. You can see they are entering into the sphere radially in this way. Once look at this, they enter into the sphere perpendicular to the surface, means radially they enter. Once look at this. Why these electric lines of force contracts like that? Because of an unlike charged body. So due to the force of attraction between the unlike charged bodies, then the electric lines of force will contract. Sir, if there is a like charge, then they will repel and they go away from this. Like this. Here it is a positively charged body, for example. And here it is a positively charged sphere. Due to the electrostatic force of repulsion between them, this electric line of force will go like this. This electric line of force will go like this. And this electric line of force will go like this. And this electric line of force will go like this. Means electric lines of force will contract and will repel even. This is called contraction longitudinally because they are coming close together along the axis, along the length. So we do say they contract longitudinally and they repel laterally. Shall I repeat? Whenever you are talking about electric lines of force, they are imaginary lines of force. Hope you are writing down all the conclusions. They are imaginary lines of force. The electric lines of force will show a diagrammatic representation for existence of an electric field. And around a point positive charge, electric lines of force are straight and radially outward. But due to a point negative charge, electric lines of force are straight but radially inwards. An electric line of force will give the direction of electric field intensity at that point, and also gives the direction of the net force experienced by unit positive charge placed at that point. That's why it is a line of force. And in the case of charged conducting sphere, as there is no field exists within the sphere, no line of force will exist within the sphere. Of course, outside the sphere, they emerge out of the positively charged sphere radially outward, perpendicular to the surface. So the lines of force will emerge out or will enter in perpendicular to the surface of a charged body. Remember this. And apart from that, due to the presence of electrostatic force of attraction, they contract longitudinally, and due to the presence of electrostatic force of repulsion, they repel laterally. And this is all about the concept of electric lines of force. Still few more properties that we need to discuss. I have concluded few points till now, but still few more things are there. And what you need to remember here it is, when there is no electric field intensity, then there is no electric line of force. For example, let's look at this example also. Here there is a positively charged plate. Here there is a negatively charged plate. If you have taken a point in between them, due to this positive charge, field is away from it. Due to this negative charge, field is towards it. So there is a possibility for net field intensity, because both the field intensities are in the same direction. If these two are positively charged plates, then those two are positively charged plates, then the electric field intensity due to the first plate will be in this way, and the electric field intensity due to the second plate will be in this way. Both can nullify each other, so the field intensity becomes 0. That is the reason why there is no electric line of force that exists between the charged plates. That is how. If you have taken two positively charged plates placed side by side, in between the plates, the electric field intensity is 0, so that no electric line of force exists in between them. That is how the electric line of force will explain the presence of electric field around a charged body or charged particle. Still, few more points are there to discuss. Let us see now how will be the electric lines of force around an electric dipole. See, you know, electric dipole is a combination of two unlike charges of equal magnitude. So in this situation, you know, electric lines of force will contract longitudinally due to the electrostatic force of attraction between positive charge and negative charge. That is the reason why in this way there will be electric lines of force which contract longitudinally from positive charge to negative charge. So electric lines of force directed away from positive charge towards the negative charge, and moreover they are curved lines of force around the dipole. See, earlier I mentioned one point to you. Electric lines of force are always straight lines? No. Around the point charge, they are straight lines. Maybe in the case of a charged plate, they may come as straight lines perpendicular to the charged plate. But in the case of electric dipole, these electric lines of force are curved lines of forces that are directed from positive charge to negative charge outside the electric dipole. Sir, then what is inside the electric dipole? Yes, inside the electric dipole also they are directed from positive to negative but straight. This is all about electric lines of force around an electric dipole. Of course, Here there will be some electric lines of force which go in this way perpendicular to the surface. Here they enter in, because you know electric lines of force will emerge out of positive charge and will enter into the negative charge. So this is how you can explain about electric lines of force around an electric dipole. And here itself you can say they contract longitudinally due to the electrostatic force of attraction. If there are unlike charges, this you have learnt already, but still for you, they repel laterally in this way. They repel laterally in this way. Electric lines of force repel laterally in this way due to the presence of like charges. Because the field intensity at a point in between them will be 0. So electric lines of force repel laterally and contract longitudinally in this way. See, very important point, whenever these electric lines of force are curved lines of force, at any point the direction of the field intensity, have you noted down this? Yes. At any point the direction of field intensity will be given by a tangential line drawn at that point. Will give the direction of field intensity. Of course, the direction of a net force experienced by unit positive charge, because it is a line of force. So whenever your line of force is a curve, the tangent drawn to the curve at that point will give the direction of the net force or the direction of electric field intensity at that point. This is all about electric lines of force around an electric dipole. Here I told you one point. Outside the dipole, electric line of force is directed from positive to negative, which is a curved line. Of course, inside the dipole also positive to negative, but it is a straight. From this, what you need to understand here it is, your electric line of force is not a closed curve. Electric lines of force are curved lines. They can be curved lines of force, but it is not a closed curve. Closed curve means the amount of work done in a closed path will be 0. If you have taken a unit positive charge displaced along this closed path, if the amount of work done is 0, then we can say it is a closed curve. But here that it will not be, because your electrostatic force is conservative force. That's why here, once look at this, here there is some work done in taking the unit positive charge away from this. There is some work done. Here is also some work done in taking the unit positive charge. So the net work done in the closed path will not be 0. That's why electric line of force will not be a closed curve. You can understand easily if you are talking about this. A test unit positive charge is taken away from negative charge. Then work should be done against electrostatic force. Here also work should be done against electrostatic force. It means the net work done will not be 0. Remember that. If the amount of net work done is 0 in a closed path, then it is a closed curve. For example, you see, here there is a piece of chalk. The piece of chalk is taken against gravity. So some work should be done against the gravity. Now the piece of chalk has been taken to the same position. Then here work is done by the gravity. So initially there is work done against gravity, but here there is work done by the gravity. The net work done will be 0, because whatever work done against gravity will be same as the amount of work done by the gravity while taking it to the original position. So the amount of net work done against gravity in a closed path is zero. So it is a closed curve. But here electric line of force is not a closed curve because the net work done in moving a unit positive charge in a closed path will not be zero. That's what you need to understand. And apart from that, these electric lines of force, I told you, they show the existence of electric field and they give the direction of field, direction of the force. Apart from that, these electric lines of force can explain even the strength of the electric field and the nature of the electric field they can explain. If these electric lines of force are more crowded in the diagrammatic representation, you can say the field is very strong. If they are apart from each other, you can say the field is weaker. Suppose for example, here once look at this. These electric lines of force are very close, crowded. But here these electric lines of force are away from each other. So you can say this is very strong field compared to the other side. Here it is weaker field. So the electric lines of force representation can explain even the strength of the electric field. Even they can explain whether the field is uniform or not. That's what I am telling. They can explain the nature of the electric field. For example, here these are all the electric lines of force which are equally spaced. Remember, they are equally spaced. Indicates that the magnitude of electric field remains constant. When the electric lines of force are drawn equally spaced, it shows that the magnitude of electric field intensity remains constant everywhere. Of course, the direction remains constant. So it is uniform electric field. If these electric lines of force are not equally spaced, means here field strength is more as they are close, here field strength is less as they are apart from each other, here field strength is more. So in that way, the magnitude of the field strength varies from one place to another place because the lines are not equally spaced. Of course, the direction of electric field intensity remains same. Even though direction remains same, but magnitude is varying. So it is non-uniform electric field. See? So the nature of electric field can be explained using electric lines of force. Of course, there is a parameter. If they are equally spaced, same magnitude everywhere in the field. If not, magnitude changes. Of course, you can see once here, electric lines of force can be curved lines of force which are equally spaced. As they are equally spaced, the magnitude of field strength may remain same, but they are curved lines of force. So the direction of field intensity varies from one point to another point, which is a tangential direction. So direction is going to change. That's why this also indicates non-uniform electric field. So electric lines of force around an electric dipole, where they contract longitudinally, repel laterally. Electric line of force is not a closed curve, and the strength and nature of the electric field can be explained diagrammatically using electric lines of force. Of course, the space among the electric lines of force is a parameter to identify the strength of the field, and the direction of the field can be explained there. So that we can say whether it is stronger or weaker, whether it is uniform or non-uniform. Everything can be explained diagrammatically using electric lines of force. And the last, but very important point that we are going to cover regarding the properties of electric lines of force. That is, if you are talking about electric lines of force around an electric dipole, which are curved lines of force. Now, in this particular situation, you may expect that the two electric lines of force may intersect each other. So here, electric lines of force never intersect each other. Remember this. Electric lines of force never intersect each other, because if they intersect at a particular point, then here is the tangential direction according to one curve, and here is the tangential direction according to the another curve. Means at that particular point your field has two directions, which is a contradiction. If any two electric lines of force are intersecting at a particular point, then the field at that point of intersection can have two directions simultaneously, which is a contradictory point. That is the reason why electric lines of force do not intersect each other. They never intersect each other. This is another important point about the properties of electric lines of force. So apart from this, there is a very interesting and an important concept connecting with electric lines of force. Still, there is a little more discussion that we continue in the coming classes. But whatever we have discussed in this particular class is, what are electric lines of force? How do we define them, and what is their significance? What they represent? And what are the basic properties of electric lines of force is the concept that we have covered in this class. Of course, in detail there is a lot of discussion connecting with this that we discuss in the coming classes. That's all for today's class. So remember, once again, I'm telling you, make sure that you are going to prepare the notes and sending it to me over the WhatsApp. I should find it. So don't neglect that. Fine? Take care.